Hello, we're at Shoe Healer in Doncaster and a gentleman sent his triggers in for a very common repair, very common repair sort of modification, and that is the tongue inside the boots. Look, as he wears the boots, you can see that that tongue just wants to creep round there like that, okay? And it happens on a lot of boots. In fact, let me just run over here, pick a pair up from over here, and no, that doesn't look bad. Here's another one, here's another one, here's another one, look. And the tongue, look, see how it's creeping round to the side, look there, look where it's going. And this is a common thing. As you're walking along, the tongue just creeps round and starts disappearing, usually to the outside. So, what we've done here, we've stitched, look, just a few little stitches up here in the face, and it goes through the tongue. So you've still plenty of room to get them on, but when they're fastened, it won't move. The alternative is, of course, to put a little slit in there and thread one of the laces through. But if you don't want to see that, then we just put a few stitches in there. Now, what this customer's done is he said, when my boots are on, I've got a gap of about 12 millimeters. So if you can set the gap and then stitch the tongue, when I've got them laced up, it will be dead square. So we've measured the 12 millimeters across there, across the facings, and stitched her up there, look, so that when that's all laced up, it should be spot on. So that's just one of the jobs here, and this one here could have it done as well, because again, like I say, that one's creeping off to the side. So that's one of the jobs here we've got at Shoe Healer. A pair of Joseph Cheaneys. The customer loves the shoe, it fits him really well, except when he laces them up, the facings are coming together. So what we're going to try and do, and I don't know how this will work, but we're going to have a go, we're going to trim the facing down, put some new eyelets in, and see if we can shorten the facings so that they sit more like that rather than coming together like that, because he's got a very narrow foot. Don't know how it'll go. I sold him those shoes, so I feel obliged to help him, but don't be sending me yours in. Another one here, a very, very old pair of Loake. It says Loake Brothers Shoemakers for over 100 years. These will be, I would have thought, 30, 35 years old. A nice, I think it's a nice, lovely, traditional looking boot. My wife says it looks terrible, but I like it. I do like it. And it's going to have a full Commando repair on it with a new leather midsole. Okay, so this old Loake Shoemaker is having a Commando sole and heel, full strip down and rebuild on this old Loake. So it's lovely. It's lovely. The only thing is, if we look inside, I don't know if you can look inside there. Can you see the pinkiness in there? Yeah, that is a fibre board, Conti board. Let's not say cardboard, but it's a fibre board insole. That's the only thing that lets this boot down. And in its day, you know, 35 years ago, that was absolutely fine. That's what you got. It has got a leather heel stack. Sometimes you'd have got a plastic welt and you'd have got a plastic heel stack. But that there, in that colour, with a Commando sole on, will be lovely. I'll hopefully get a picture of it when it's done. Okay, so here we are with the boots all done. So Paul stripped them down and fitted this beautiful Commando sole and heel. Look at that boot. Doesn't that sit really nice with that Commando sole and heel on there? Makes it a completely different boot. Now look here, Paul, when he's fitted the sole on, this is what he's fitted, and I'll show you on this one because then we've got the right sole. That's the sole on there. He's put a new Tailby's leather heel stack in there, and then he's got the Commando heel on. And when he's fitted it, because this is quite a narrow soled shoe, he's had to trim round the stitch pattern here. Look, he's had to trim this back a little bit just so it fits nicely onto this narrower boot. Normally your Commando sole unit's quite wide, is more for a country looking boot, something with a little bit more width to it, where this is quite elongated on the last to give it a little bit of a fashion look. So this is the Tricker boot, all done, not the Tricker, what am I saying? It's a Loake boot, all sorted out. The old Loake, really old, fabulous repair. The boots mean something to the customer, and I think they've turned out beautiful.